1947, Las Vegas, Nevada. A half-finished hotel sits stalled in the desert. Its builder has run out of money, post-war construction costs have spiraled, and the project looks dead. Then, a group of investors from Cleveland steps in with the cash to finish it. Nobody in Nevada gaming circles asks too many questions about where exactly that money is coming from. Meet Moe Dalitz. Dalitz grew up working in his family's laundry business in Michigan, a detail that sounds almost too on the nose given what came later. It was there he first crossed paths with a young Jimmy Hoffa, a friendship that would end up worth more to Dalitz than almost any single deal of his career. During Prohibition, Dalitz moved into bootlegging, running Canadian whiskey across the Great Lakes by truck and barge, associated with Detroit and Cleveland's organized crime networks of the era. Rather than sitting on the profits, he quietly reinvested them into legitimate businesses across both cities, learning early that dirty money aged a lot better once it looked clean on paper. After serving in the U.S. Army during World War II, Dalitz relocated to Las Vegas in 1949, right as the city's casino industry was starting to take real shape. Wilbur Clark was building the Desert Inn, but by 1947 the project had stalled, buried under the rising cost of post-war construction materials. Dalitz and a group of Cleveland associates stepped in with the funding needed to finish it, taking roughly a 75% ownership stake in the process. Clark stayed on as the resort's friendly public face, while Dalitz ran the operation quietly from behind the scenes. The Desert Inn opened on April 24, 1950, at a total cost of $4.5 million, and immediately became Nevada's single largest employer. Here's where Dalitz's real innovation shows up. And it's not a casino trick at all. It's a financing trick. His friendship with Jimmy Hoffa became enormously valuable once Hoffa gained control over the Teamsters Union's Central States Pension Fund, a retirement fund built from the monthly contributions of ordinary union workers. Starting in the late 1950s, that fund began lending directly to Dalitz's projects. $6 million financed the Stardust resort in 1960. $4 million more went toward the Fremont in 1961. A separate $1 million loan helped build Sunrise Hospital, a private medical center originally intended to serve hotel and union workers. Dalitz wasn't the only Las Vegas operator to benefit from Teamster financing, but he was one of the earliest and best connected, and the model he helped establish went on to fund a huge share of the rest of the Strip, including Caesar's Palace, Circus Circus, the Dunes, the Riviera, and the Aladdin. Union retirement savings, meant to secure ordinary workers' futures, were quietly underwriting one of the largest gambling economies on the planet. Unlike other organized crime figures of his era, who had to operate Las Vegas investments from a careful distance, Dalitz walked the Desert Inn's casino floor and country club fairways as the publicly recognized owner. He helped establish what would become the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, funded the city's early convention infrastructure, and became a fixture of Nevada's civic life, complete with endorsements from sitting senators and governors. Federal investigators and organized crime experts never stopped describing him privately as a major racket figure and a central conduit for Teamsters' pension money into casino ownership, placing him on par with Meyer Lansky in terms of influence. The difference was that nobody ever built a criminal case against Dalitz that actually held up. In 1967, Dalitz sold his stake in the Desert Inn to Howard Hughes, cashing out at the top of a market he'd helped create. He spent his remaining 2 decades as a celebrated Las Vegas philanthropist, dying in 1989 at 89 years old, remembered publicly as one of the men who built modern Las Vegas, rather than one of the men who laundered a fortune through it. He started out running Prohibition liquor across a lake in the dead of night. He ended up with his name on hospital wings and golf courses, having discovered the one-trick organized crime never quite mastered on its own: getting an entire regulated industry to treat your money as if it had never been dirty in the first place.